Good morning or good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to bring you DeepTarget's user group webinar for June 2018. And I have with me, I'm David Kingsbury, head of customer success, and I have with me our superstar of customer support, Helen Triplett.
Hey. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good day and ready for the holidays.
That's right. That's right. So everybody is muted. So this is our first time to use GoToWebinar. And so we actually have as a panelist the case study. Our team, I won't introduce them just yet, I will in just a second, who will be with us during the case study review. And so just so everybody also knows, we have about 50% new attendees on the webinar this month. So we are going to repeat a lot of the topics that we talked about last month, just to make sure that everybody is on board with some of the capabilities, just a refresher kind of thing. So we're very excited about that. And then we'll jump right into the case study. And of course, our Ad of the Month and Superstar of the Month. So topics for today is a little bit about industry and targeting generations. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a summer cold. Tips and tricks to optimize performance. And our case study is Gas Credit Union. We have with us Teresa and Christine. Teresa, Christine, can you hear us out there?
Yes, we can.
Great. Great to have you here. So we'll dive into your case study here in just a moment. And also, we're going to talk about the Ad of the Month. We're real excited about the Ad of the Month and the Superstar of the Month, right, Helen?
That's right. We're excited about it.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So let's go ahead and I want to give you one little news announcement. I'm not sure if you guys saw our press release, but we have put in place a partnership with a company called Segment. They do data mining for FIs, and a really cool implementation set of capabilities that they have, and their key lifestyle indicators can become directly a part of targeting inside of DeepTarget. So we actually have a webinar that we're hosting on July 18th. And you can go to our website and find the segment. You can go to deeptarget.com/segment and register for that webinar if you'd like to join us. So more information will be coming to everybody on that as well, okay? So we're excited about that. Okay, so let's talk about, once again, a little bit of a repeat from last time, but why target generations? And Helen, why is this so important? You know?
Well, it's important because people want to get information to them or see pictures of themselves and people that they can connect with and have messages that they can connect with.
That's right, that resonate with them, and people that are smiling, that are using the products that you're considering to purchase. And just so everybody remembers, we are in the millennial phase right now, but coming right behind the millennials are the Gen Zs, and they're coming in strong. But these are our age groups. So 22 to 37 is millennial, 38 to 53 is Gen X, 54 to 72 are baby boomers, and then the silent, or we call traditionalists, are 73 to 90. So the generations are moving up in age, and we have to get ready for the Gen Z coming as well. But we know that millennials are the big spenders. In fact, they spend 67% of their time shopping online, as opposed to 56 for Gen X, 41 for Boomer, and 28 for generation traditionalists. And the amount of time they spend online is continuing to rise as well. Would you agree with these numbers?
That's right, and that's why it's ever more important to get your message out to the digital channel, because they are spending their time online.
That's right. That's right. So, but you have to be careful. Only 6% of millennials consider advertising to be credible. And that's because they've been, if you will, aggressively attacked by ads that have not been relevant to them over time. And they are online so often that they are irritated with. And in fact, I've read some recent studies that they will actually exit a brand that when it has been overly aggressive towards them. So millennials are very conscious of those ads, but pay attention here on the left. Millennials want to hear success stories from other buyers and not advertisements, and they want to hear most about their life events that are facing. So really interesting pursuit that you have to pay attention to. Millennials are also very visual. And so we know the birth of emojis came along with millennials. And so seeing icons and emojis and so forth. And today, you don't have marketing brochures anymore. What do you have? You call them infographics, right? So the millennials struggle with information overload. So not only are they looking at their mobile phone for information, but they're looking at all the different apps, all the different social media. So the quicker they can absorb a message and act on it, the better, right? So be careful of that. But a really interesting point here is that millennials love to engage with videos. So we're going to talk about that capability here in a moment. We haven't engaged into it as much as we want to, but be aware that video is the way that millennials like to absorb information. And so we need to be prepared to react to that. And if you do use videos, you have a much, much higher percentage of engagement in the financial industry, certainly if you do that, okay? So here's our reminders on some recommendations that we want you guys to always consider as you're using DeepTarget and you're engaging your members or customers online. And those are, make sure you're doing your lead distribution, because if the leads that are captured inside of DeepTarget, yes, the impressions and clicks do work, but a lot of times
You want to have follow-up.
That's right.
You want to get those to your lending officers and
That's right.
Put them to work.
Because millennials really want to have that extra touch, and they want to, so I went to find out something about this personal loan. Can somebody help me? And so following up on them is considered service. It's actually not a disruptive or aggressive behavior. Making sure your offers are relevant so that they are timely, and of course the targeting we provide in DeepTarget helps you with that tremendously. Prioritizing your campaigns. I talk with customers consistently throughout the week, and many forget that you can prioritize campaigns. So we want to touch that. Rotating your banners. We do that as well today, and you need to consider that, and we expect to continue to expand that capability. But think about that. I know many of you have deployed this. We'd actually love to hear some of your results from it as well. Campaign freshness, keeping them fresh. And then a big topic today is ADA. So making sure all of your ADA messaging is situated inside of DeepTarget, and we'll remind you where that is today, okay? So with lead distribution, we have a whole bunch of capabilities around that and metrics that allow you to work on it. So just don't forget that if you press this button, you can distribute your leads directly to down to your workstation, and then you can hand them off, or you can actually schedule a report. So this was our first schedule report that we've created, right, Helen?
That's right, and it's just for leads right now. That's
right. We intend to expand on it in our next releases. But if you click this button, it will give you this opportunity to schedule a report. And if you click that, then you get a form that says name your report, and you can name it anything you like. And you can stipulate Jane Doe and her or his email and add additional ones, and then set it as weekly or daily or monthly and a time of day, and do encrypt it. So you will want to encrypt that with a password, and then schedule. And then from then on, those in the list will receive that email that will look like this with a no reply. And so check your you might have a spam or something that might go there initially. But this click report will come at that day and time every week or every day or what have you. And then when you open it up, it'll be that lead report as well. So be sure to be aware of this capability, right? Number 2 is relevant offers, right? So we have, if any of you have had delays in your data being provided to us, we actually have an email scheduled to go out every month that will notify you on your list if there's been a delay in your data. And
so that will be on like the 5th and the 20th each month. If
that's right.
If there's been a delay in the upload of your data extracts, you'll get a message.
That's right, and it's not an angry message.
No,
it's just it's kind of a nice reminder.
And sometimes as a marketing representative, that might not come from you. That might come from your IT department. So if you see something like that, and you'll be notified because you're an OEC user, you let your IT department know
That's
about
right.
that.
That's right. Hey, so incidentally, I just see a chat, and I should have said earlier, if you guys have any questions, please chat those to us. I see a message in from Nancy at Y12 saying, hey, how do you designate which campaign the lead list will come from? Well, Nancy, right now, and this goes back to the previous one, this lead list is all of the leads. So we don't have the ability right now to segment it based on campaigns, but that's a great requirement for us in the future.
But within the spreadsheet that you do get, it will tell you what your campaign category and your campaign name, so you could sort by your campaign name.
That's correct. That's right. But that's a great thought on a requirement as well, Nancy. So thank you for that. Okay. Let me see if there's. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Nancy. Okay. So relevant offers as well. So data freshness, and then consider generational targeting. So again, it's not so desperately important that you do that, but as you fine tune your campaigns, as you'll see in some of our discussions here with our case studies, going after generations can make a big difference in targeting. Right?
And you might just want to keep category level campaigns and maybe just target millennials because they may have to have some extra attention. So
that's exactly right.
That might be a strategy you might want to use.
Well, and we have some that only have a segment that is age-based for Gen Z and millennials, and then Gen X and older. So larger buckets, you might say. Okay. Great. Thank you, Helen. And then campaign prioritization. Please remember that you can prioritize each campaign individually at any time, and we are a real-time system, so you can turn that on for a week and change it. And you can have multiple, not too many. We suggest not too many prioritized campaigns. And as a reminder, as a general rule, the way the prioritization works is all targeted campaigns will show up first, then followed by non-targeted, then followed by all users. So used to there was not an internal prioritization, so it was a random ordering, but we have changed that in the last release, and so that occurs. So just be aware of that. All your targeted will show up first before your all user. But then this capability really amplifies your targeting and makes sure that in this case, the credit card offer shows up every time that member or customer logs in to the online banking or mobile, and that campaign shows up first every login. Okay, so that's important to realize. Here's the rotating banners. We actually have it under we do it in stealth mode just a little bit. We call it multiple ad parameters. And if you select that, this allows you to see how you're going to set your rotation of banners. So in this example, there's 6 banner ads that will be rotated for 7 seconds each. So you have to think about that's 42 seconds that it would take for someone to see them all while they're resting on a page. So you'll have to play with that. And again, this is real time. So you could set it for 3 for 5 seconds, see how that works for a day. Have some of your colleagues and yourselves look at how that responds to you, and then make changes. This is applied to both online banking and mobile channels today. And so, for instance, in Share One or Access Soft Tech and Jawala and so forth, this is all supported. NetTeller online banking is we're in development with them, and they're going to support it very soon. We have a dev team working on it now, and we hope to have it in the next month or so that NetTeller will support rotation as well.
One thing to note, your general settings apply across online banking and mobile. Your navigation settings are only applied to your online banking screens. So.
I'm sorry, correct. Navigation settings here on the right. So the little buttons or if you will, circles that show on the bottom. Yep, that's right. Okay, thank you, Helen. That's a good point. Okay, and campaign freshness. So make sure that you're considering changing the look and feel of your campaign periodically. So in this example here, we've just taken this campaign and we've moved the imagery from left to right, and we've changed the color of it. It takes about literally 5 seconds to make these changes and then republish. And that has a dramatic impact as well. And then always consider, because we have deployed this now, HTML5 support, and we know some of you guys are diving into it in a big way, which is great. And we're excited about that. It actually allows you to have multiple buttons on your ads. And so we're supporting that today for sure. And in this example, the click that is recorded in DeepTarget is behind this button. So when you guys start to use HTML5, you will actually insert a piece of code behind the actual button that you want DeepTarget to track the click on. These two buttons are not tracked, but the customer, remember, is sent off to read the buying guide or the terms and conditions, and then when they X out, they return back to their app. So these are considered perhaps, we're looking at capturing these as soft leads, whereas this is more of a hard lead because they're ready to go right to the preferred pre-approved loan application. That's right. Okay. And we have created one. I won't show it to you in detail this time, but this is one that we created. It's a shell game, and the bead rolls around under the shells, and you click it and so forth. And we're building others to share, but this one we can send to you if you'd like to begin investigating HTML5. And we built it with the free Google app called Google Web Designer for creating HTML5 ads. Okay, so be aware of that. And it shows up when you create your banner, it shows up as a new button over here on the right, and is looking for the zip file that HTML5 applications output. Okay, so we'd love to have your involvement in that. And then, of course, analytics. We're real proud of our analytics. We want to make sure you're always aware of those. And the KEI on your dashboard is related to the last calendar month. Don't forget about this great scorecard here. That's the most viewed campaigns in the last 7 days. You can interfere with this, if you will. You can help drive this by prioritizing campaigns. And then we all love the ads stats today, watching the click and the impressions increment as we're sitting there. The activity is a lot of fun.
That's right.
So we especially like it when we've been online with some of you guys, and you've deployed a brand new campaign, and it's fresh and exciting. The offer's neat, and we've had some come back and say we've had, I don't know, 50 clicks already today on our new campaign. So that's really exciting. All right, great. And then just as a reminder, the campaign category report last time, it was alphabetized based on the categories, and now it's left to right based on the number of impressions. So that gives a much cleaner look for you, and that follows actually the display of the views here as well based on the number of impressions. So,
and that's easier for you to visually see really what's going on.
That's right. And we're very excited. We're working on a new time-based view of this as well. So you'll have basically a historical view option up here where you can see these over time rather than just totals for this period. You'll actually see a time-based display. And so we're going to show you guys that, give you a brief preview of that next month because that really shows some really interesting insights. So, and the lead report or the monthly management report, which we total up. I know a ton of you guys are using that to carry it to your management teams. So that's super. We're going to augment the table. We've got some more improvements to make on this in our next release, which is coming in late summer, but we're really excited about that. Okay. All right. I think that's everything I wanted to. Oh.
How could you forget ADA?
Oh, Helen, please help me.
You can't forget ADA compliance.
That's right.
As we mentioned last month in the campaign settings on each of your campaigns, there's a campaign description ADA text field box. Start using that to put your ADA text there. So DeepTarget enables you to be ADA compliant with the DeepTarget ads. So as you're looking in your online banking, as you hover over your ad, you will see that
You will
text
hear.
that will hear, you will hear the text.
That's right.
That is written there in your text field.
That's correct. So the ADA free products out there, as they hover over sections of the, I'm sure you all know, it will read the text beneath them. So we are all set to handle that. Okay. So that's great. So now we're into the customer case study environment,
Right.
and I just want to remind everybody, last month in May, we were really proud to have Cascade Community Credit Union. Evie and Greg allowed us to show their campaign that they actually did generational targeting for their auto loans campaign for the month of April, and had really great results. I'm just going to do a little, just a thumbnail of what they did. They had a category level campaign going to all members that do not have an auto loan, and that ad looked like this. And so very personalized. This is Kayleen, a loan officer with Cascade, and this is an actual customer with a quote how happy she was super friendly, and made the loan approval process so great. And then at the boomer level, they did a personalized ad. So these are what boomers, that's what boomers do all the time, is just lay around in hammocks. I wish. And then they did a millennial. So millennials like to tell secrets, apparently. That's what Helen tells me anyway. And it's personalized, so the name of each individual shows up. And then finally, the Gen X received this, so young family. And they've just had great results with those, who we want to thank them for their results. If you want to hear the whole case study, please go to our YouTube channel and watch it live. And if you have any questions, let us know. So now
we've got our
new case study for June. So we're real excited because we've got Wanna Gas CU here with us. Thank you for being here, Teresa and Christine. So Teresa runs marketing, and Christine is the assistant marketing manager there. 330 million in assets, 5 locations, 26,000 total members, 11 online members. They use NetTeller and Access Softtech for their digital channels. Teresa, Christine, can you hear us? Thank you for being here. Are you out there?
Yes, we can hear you well. Thanks for having us. You know, we're
Great.
based out of Saginaw, Michigan. Just so everyone knows, Wanna Gas is Saginaw spelled backwards.
What?
A marketing genius thing.
You are, you know.
You didn't know that, David?
I didn't know that. You know, I thought you were started out of the gas company. Elga, you know, Elga is electric gas of
Yes.
Michigan as well. So you got, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. So I'm embarrassed. So thank you for embarrassing me. So so great to have you here. So what Teresa and Christine have done is they have, well, so how long have they been customers for?
They've been a customer of ours since last September, so not quite a year. But they're in online banking and mobile channel.
That's right. And so they've actually had a great progression, if you will. And what I really like about their implementation is that they are at the category level with these different campaigns: auto loan, consumer loan, credit card, mortgage, home equity, and CD. And then they have one informational campaign and one happy birthday wish campaign out there. So Teresa, any comments on the overall campaign framework that you guys are using today?
Well, we're focused on loans, so we try to focus on those category campaigns. We try to keep our campaigns fresh, less than 30 days. Christine monitors, does a great job. You know, we look at the metrics and the analytics, so we appreciate that.
Great. Well, so let's dive into
so we're still learning all about it.
Well, yeah. I want to mention, because I'm on the support side, so I see the rural requests come in. And so, you know, Wanna Gas has been a very interactive customer of ours with rural requests. So they're using the product, and they're using targeting using the fields that they have in their data. So that's, you know, they're not going out there all the time with everything just being all users. I mean, they're really focusing on their categories, but they're doing age-based within the category.
That's correct. And so and what we mean by that is, for instance, the rule is age for the auto loan, age is greater than or equal to 23, and no auto loan. So that means that it's not an all user, and so it's very, I'll say it's that first degree of targeting level, and they're experiencing really good success. So that's what we're going to dive into next. And as Teresa said, they're not after all of the investment money. They're more focused right now on loans. So excellent. So here's their campaign category report. And what's great about it is a great distribution across all of the different categories of impressions. And CD just came online here recently.
So this is just a 1 month look back.
That's
so you
right.
can see that they're seeing consistent views of all the different types of loans that they have available to the membership.
That's correct. So just for this, and you can see we just ran this really on the last day, a couple days ago. So very consistent, and we're gonna look deeper into the past here in a moment as well. Now let's look between the different channels, and you can see the blue is online banking and the gold is mobile, and so still a very consistent set of impressions. And in some cases, here you can see online banking responsiveness is higher than mobile. That's happened in at least 2 places, and then mobile up a little bit. And Teresa, is this related to your demographic somehow?
Oh, I don't know if it's related to the demographics. We have a lot of older members. I would think they are jumping on board. They're more tech savvy than they used to be.
Right.
So we're always pushing mobile, all of the mobile app features, the mobile application.
That's right. That's right. So there was a smaller number of mobile users today that you guys have, which is why you're promoting it, that you have the mobile capability. But generally, we do see that there are more mobile impressions because you have the opportunity to be on your phone a lot more often than you do on for instance, a laptop or that sort of thing. But I believe you told us that your average age of your demographic is 48, right?
Yes, that's correct. 48.
Which is a great age to be, right, Teresa?
That is the best age to be, as I'm 48.
That's right. We love 48. So, okay. So now let's dive into a couple of the campaign categories. So the first one we're going to jump into is actually the auto loan. So I'm going to speak for Christine a little bit, but we love the graphic and the overall messaging, and we just love your color scheme as well. So here's on the website promoting Take a Payment Vacation from your auto loan. And here it is again. So I've got the same look and feel with the text, the offer being made. And now I've got an RV down here, and I've got all sorts of vehicles up here. And so now what they've done is deployed on online banking, personalized, and that's me. I put my name in there for you. Both.
He wants that payment vacation.
That's right. I need a vacation. And so in Debt Teller, this is what's being displayed in online banking, and in Mobile Access Soft Tech, this is what's being displayed as well. So great looks and feels, all using the same imagery across all, and the same type of fonts in the message, which drives them to a landing page. So all of the clicks end up here, and so the total flow of all of the leads and impressions is in this direction to close, begin the application process, right, Teresa?
Yes, that's right. We try to have the same look and feel throughout a variety of touch points, online, in the branches. We don't have a graphic designer. It's just Christine and I in the marketing department. So we just use like Paint or Photoshop. It's really easy to create the ads within the DeepTarget for our campaign.
Great. Well, you guys have done an excellent job. Okay, well, this is the auto loan. So let's take a look at another one. This is the consumer personal loan promotion. So these are 2 ad sets, I'll call them. One is online banking and mobile, the other, well, the same. And they've done a great job of modifying them, yet still retaining the same look and feel, and this is really cool. I have to ask, and we didn't ask this before in our setup, Teresa, why did you pick the map? Is it just to try to show where you're located in Michigan?
That, and it's got the little mitten there, and our field of membership is the Lower Peninsula for Michigan. So wherever you are there, you could be somewhere else was kind of our thought.
That's cool.
No, we're happy to take any applications.
That's right. I know you are. So how did they deploy this? So let's take a peek at that. What is really interesting, so Teresa has been and Christina have been real advocates of the 30-day campaign rotation. So they have initially on April when this launched, they deployed these two ads, and you can see in the month of April they went live, and here are the impressions, and then here are the clicks. So great trends on them, and then they methodically, by design, turned this ad off and at the end of April, and turned this ad on. So it replaced. So same targeting, but it gave them a new look and feel. Ran that for 30 days, turned it off, and then started this one back again. And so really, you can see this one obviously went to 0 here, but this one took up. And so that's a really phenomenal result, right, Helen?
That's right. And this gives other folks a chance to look at a way to do rotation that you can take, you have control over by just doing your rotation of your ads. They didn't go in and change the colors on the ones they had. They had two ads in rotation, right. Just turning on and off.
That's exactly right. And remember, with DeepTarget, you can set the start and end dates when you, like Teresa and Christine could have set all this up back in March and said we want it to start on April 1st, this set, and to end April 30th, and we want this one to start on May 1 and go to May 31, and this one to start. Yeah. So fully automated if you wished, so you didn't have to monitor it that closely. And so great set of ads. So what kind of results did they get? Ready? Let's take a peek at that. So they launched it again in April, and this is based on a monthly total. For the month of April, they received 58 consumer loans directly related to this personal loan offer. And in May, they had 107. So between the two of those months, 165 accounts open in just those 2 months. But Teresa, you guys are going to let this run a little longer, correct?
We are throughout the summer.
Awesome.
Our vacation loan promotion is going to run through Labor Day.
That's great. So we know that this is a big promotion again across all your channels in your marketing. And so far, Teresa shared the numbers of total loan closures related to this, and that DeepTarget has influenced 50% of those. So that's really powerful. We're really excited about that the digital channels has helped to influence so many loans for Gas, which is Saginaw
awesome.
Backwards. So great. That's great. Okay, so a little bit more. So we're not done. So did I hear Teresa, Christine say they use Paint for all of their ad development? This is fantastic. So here's an example of the credit card campaign, the mortgage campaign, 2 different ads there in the HELOC. We love the little cork board display. I've got a cork board at home. I don't know if that's a millennial thing or not.
It might be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what's nice about these ads is even though they look different, they have different types of fonts, they still have a consistent and a kind of harmonious color scheme. Right. That when you look at them, you know that this is Gas.
Exactly. And so anybody else, and you can throw us a chat, anybody else notice something that's not in these ads so much? Teresa, what's missing in these ads?
Our logo.
No, your logo's pretty prominent.
It's kind of in there.
I don't know.
I don't see a lot of people.
They don't have a lot of people.
I don't see
That's
a lot
right.
of people. I don't see a lot of people. And so that just goes back to we keep saying that having people in there and smiling people and everything is really powerful, but it's not always necessary. So Teresa and Christine have validated that just great looking, relevant ads doesn't have to be driven by or include smiling people. But doesn't that all, Helen, doesn't all this feel warm and comfy?
That's
and,
right.
Yeah,
warm
that's
colors.
right. That's right. So
that's what we're going for. Warm and comfy.
That's right. And then they have their great happy birthday loan that shows up on the exact birthday of each member. And that's really cool.
Well, and the reason why they are able to do happy birthday ad that shows to the member on their birthday is because Wanagas uploads their data daily. So that's, if you're
That's right.
if you're uploading yours monthly, you might want to consider, setting your rescheduling to upload your data daily.
That's
because
right.
You're going to get, your responsiveness and your ads that that will be seen by your members will be more relevant and more accurate.
That's right.
Than you do at a monthly basis.
And you're right. And Teresa, Christine, I did notice that you don't actually personalize the happy birthday ad that shows up on their birth date. Is there a reason for that, or?
Oh, that's a good point. Next time you're going to see it personalized.
There you go. Well, I wasn't sure if there was a creepy factor going on there.
No.
So think about, putting, that's right. So great, because a lot of our customers actually do this and put their name in there. So that would be great. Okay, so finally, as a total all result, want to ask Teresa and Christine's team get a KEI last month of 26, which is fantastic. They're in our top 20 performing companies out there, which is fantastic. The overall results, this is their management report. We actually added the sales transactions here into the graph, which you guys can do quite easily as well using the data here. So notice that that's continuing to increment up. As Teresa, we said that they relatively new members to the DeepTarget family, and they're getting better and better. And Teresa's already discussed with us some next steps that they're going to do that makes great. And they've also completely done ADA compliance across all their ads. So that's great. That's a very important thing that you need to do. So let me just say thank you so much to Teresa and Christine. You guys did a great job. Thank you for allowing us to talk about your stuff. So
thank you for having us.
Our pleasure. So hang on for just a second. We're going to get to the fun part of our final part of the webinar, and that's first of all, our ad of the month. This month goes to Wanagas, Teresa, and Christine. You are the winners, and you did not know that, and it was.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Excellent. So it's just here's the actual just 6,600 unique impressions, 123 clicks, a KEI for just this campaign of 54 and 165 loans open. That's great work, guys. You're killing it out there. We'll get a plaque out to you next week for great work. So thank you again for all of that, and thank you for allowing us to share that. And then finally, our digital marketing superstar of the month is Alitrust. It's Shelly and Raven. Alitrust is killing it out there with 17 users getting to get a click. Overall, great results. 205 clicks in the last month. KEI 1766 sales transactions.
It's amazing.
Fantastic results. We're so proud of what Alitrust has been doing. Great work to you guys. Everybody's doing really good, and Alitrust is in our top 15 performers overall. So just as a reminder, 60% of you guys out there are in our outstanding level. We're so excited and pleased with that. You guys are doing wonderful. If there's any way we can help you do better, let us know. We're hosting review meetings constantly with members. Helen is standing by with her support team to do any kind of refreshing training. We've got trainings out on our YouTube channel, and if there's anything we can do to support you, let us know. So thank you, guys. That's the end of our webinar today. You guys have a safe and happy 4th of July. Right, Helen?
That's right.
And thank you, Helen, for being here. Thank you
We're
again,
happy to be
Teresa
here.
and Christine. What a great set of case studies, and thank you guys for everything. With that, we're going to hang up, and please let us know how we can help you guys at any time.
And
Okay?
see you next month.
That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.